You see, folk, there's a few type of people, right? You've got Hazardor over here, who just reports on the news and just says it how it is. Management saying, PlayStation management saying that PlayStation games are coming to Xbox, and they clearly list Xbox in here. You need to get that blue check mark to get paid, Hazardor. They all think he was joking, but the reality is, this wasn't an actual hoax. This is a PlayStation document for a job listing, and though some people are trying to damage control like there is no tomorrow, it clearly states here that more games are going to be coming to Xbox by PlayStation. Then there are other people, and Jez never changed. His love for beans will be forevermore. And then of course you've got Gaz, because Gaz is going to have the best time of his life with this one as he trolls away, and let's face it, Tim Dog's curse will forever be ongoing. I'm pretty sure at this point, every single one of those PlayStation fans are ruining the day he came over. But Jez is not going to change. Neither is Hargreaves, because man, this is going to be one hell of a ride. And at this point, I'm going to say it point blank, so it's here early on, so you've seen this in thing. I don't even care what happens next. The crash out that is happening right now is some of the funniest shit I've seen in a long time, and it is insanely hilarious to see just how much people are squirming. It's exactly the same as it was when Xbox announced the 4 games and they were all going crazy. When those job listings came up, they were all going mental about it. And now their denial phase, seeing it from the opposite side of the table, oh, it's so glorious. Like I said, I don't care what happens next, because I play games on all platforms. I've got my Pro down there, my Switch 2, my Series X, and my 3090 Ti PC. I'm set for the future. So, but to watch the crash out, this is something else. So, the wet wagon over here, Digital Foundry has to explain reality to Colt. I think Digital Foundry just explained the reality to himself, because I think we're not going to see the wet wagon for a long time, because I think after this, his whole VR setup that he uses to have freeze social media feeds running at the same time, that's not a joke. That's actually something that he does. He openly admitted to it. He actually sits there with like an AR VR setup and pretty much does social media all day. That's ridiculous. I don't think we'll be seeing him for a little while. Then you've got Detective Seeds. I'm going to break down the PlayStation position opening before you jump in the comments. I have long said I do not care about exclusivity, and yet then goes on to defend PlayStation for the best part of all of this. I am not surprised with this, but yeah, it's just pure copium. And of course, William's going to jump in there, because that guy is pretty much a Sony shill through and through. In fact, I would say William is probably the biggest Sony shill. That guy licks the boots like there's no other. My dude Zubitech though, my dude Zubitech, this one is special. He just said, that's it, I'm done. Mr. Zubitech, who was PlayStation to the core, gaming analyst, tech enthusiast, comic book fan, PC gamer. That's it. He done. He writ him off entirely. If even if for whatever reason things were to change in the future, the fact that he's actually done this just shows how much of a PlayStation fan he truly is. He jumped ship the first moment he got. Man didn't even try to damage control. He just said, that's it, I'm out, I'm done, I'm gone, I'm finished. It's over. Okay, I'm done. And he's blocking everyone. But this one has to be the best one, because this one is truly special. This one is good. I like it. You got over here, you got Dark Lord Alu. Somebody actually listened to the interview. And it's like, my dude, everyone listened to the 4 games as well. Now they're going back and not actually listening to what's being said. smaller games, experimental, gas. Yeah, it all starts with just 4 games, right? Man, their denial phase is going to be one, but the crash out by that guy is insane. Just look at it. Hold you all, Xbox, a bunch of foolish clowns. There will always be PlayStation Nation, world domination. My dude tagged everyone, including myself for some reason, and he tagged the whole thing, and he's listening to William, who's been damage controlling from like the get-go. That guy, like everything he writes is, you know, it's just not even worth listening to. And there's me. The denial phase is glorious to watch. My God. Then we had this last night with Nibs trying to, you know, go into full damage control as it was oversee out of year mid-range. And, you know, they're saying that the PlayStation strategy hasn't changed. Well, the PlayStation strategy was games only on PlayStation. And then the strategy was, well, we're going to release on PC, but just Horizon Zero Dawn. And then the PlayStation strategy was, well, we'll release on PC, but like a year or 2 later. And then the PlayStation strategy was, we're releasing multiplayer games day and date. And then the PlayStation strategy was, we'll release games like 2-3 years apart. And then the PlayStation strategy was, it's going to be 2 years apart. And then the PlayStation strategy was, as you saw with Spider-Man, almost at 1 year. And that thing is getting closer and closer to day and date. And you've got, you know, actual PlayStation published games like Lost Arise releasing day and date on PC. It's a single player game, but I know they are going to move those goalposts, right? But it is a Sony PlayStation published game. And as you can see, you know, Nibs tried to throw insults at me, and all he could do at that point, and this is by his own rules, right? He decided that, because he says, the moment you throw insults, you've already lost. And my dude, all you do is throw insults. That means you've never had a leg to stand on. All right. And then we see over here the sheer desperation for you guys that made their entire online persona revolve around Xbox and now all but dead platform by identity. To see PlayStation, the market leader, follow them is hilarious. The denial phase of these guys is crazy. I mean, they can twist this how they want. The moment Helldivers was announced and landed, and I'm sure Sony saw those pre-orders going through like crazy for Helldivers 2. That's what spurred this on. They've seen that there's money there, and guess who is profit-driven at Sony PlayStation? The one, the only, the legendary Hiroki Totoki. My dude is full-on profit-driven. He is a blessing in disguise for PlayStation. He is the one that will bring them home. Call it whatever you want, but their strategy is clearly differentiated of that of Xbox, whatever label you want to define them under. Arguably less with each update we get, but still starkly different. PlayStation are beginning to step onto slippery ground, though, in my opinion. The damage control. It's totally different. It's not just 4 games, right? It's just the one game. My dude, they are hiring someone for $320,000 a year to manage third-party studios, you know, third-party platform migration. You think they're going to give him 320 grand just to twiddle his fingers for one game? Mate, I've got an invisible bridge to sell you guys. It's funny how the PlayStation fanboy is not going to happen. Funny how Xbox fans said that. Now it's them. It's like a complete reverse, right? What he's saying here is, back when the 4 games got announced, PlayStation fans were saying it's not just 4 games. And now we're telling them exactly the same thing. And, well, they're in the denial phase. But we are trying to, you know, we are caring Xbox fans, right? I'm not talking about the, you know, the toxic fans. I don't classify them. I'm talking about the people that genuinely enjoy gaming. We are caring Xbox fans. We are trying to ease you into acceptance, right? We are here as a friend. As you can see here, so they've always been due to MLB The Show. Oh, no! Oh, no! Do you remember what they were saying with MLB The Show? MLB made them do it. It was this, it was that, but now they've always been due to MLB The Show. Oh no. Oh, that can't be right. Oh, come on. The console war is over. No matter how you try to spin it, PlayStation has the console market. Steam has the PlayStation, has the PS market. Nintendo, nothing is gonna change. Oh, mate, they are coping so hard. They are coping so hard. It's another trust me, bruh. And there's me showing them. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Somebody actually listened exactly. And here you have it. The true cope. Keep dreaming, all you. Xbox YouTubers can give his opinions. You're not getting Sony's bangers. Watch Spider-Man get announced next week by Nixis. I actually saw a post earlier this week where actually I showed it on my Thursday stream where apparently Nixis has a big announcement coming next week. And then on the back of that, we see this announcement by PlayStation that they're hiring for this specific key role. So my dude, these receipts are going to be kept because the moment these games get announced, the moment it gets announced, this is going to be center stage. I don't care what happens from this point forward. Their cope is hilarious. You will get what you already got, and that's what they will keep fixing, nothing more. But at least you got hope. That's all the Xbox community ever had. Man, they are so butthurt. The butthurt is real, folks. It's real. Look at it now. They're talking about it's just gas games when there's no mention of gas in this documentation at all. At all. But they are trying to cling on to any hope that they possibly can. Nicola over here, as I said, I hope PlayStation's brand is strong enough to withstand. It absolutely will be for the most part. No differentiation. Otherwise, don't be shocked if you see Asus making consoles. No, I think PlayStation will be fine, right? At the end of the day, if you're in the PlayStation ecosystem, you're not going to jump onto an Xbox because you've got all your games there. All your libraries are there. You're not going to do it. Just like with Xbox, you're not going to jump over to PlayStation. Both sides will be fine. It's just these companies are just going to make more money. The console wars, as it's known, I mean, it was over for a long time, but finally people can just stop talking about it. But, it's just good. KGN Gamer, does anyone want to buy a PS5? The all-digital PS5 is on sale, ready to go. Actual PlayStation exclusives, annual meeting. This is actually true. This is actually really funny because it's true. Astrobot and Demon's Souls, the only two games I think right now that, and I think Gran Turismo 7, right? I think he forgot to put Gran Turismo 7 in there. Are the only 2 or 3 games that just are actually exclusive. Unless Gran Turismo 7 is on PlayStation 4, then it doesn't become exclusive to PlayStation 5 anymore. I'm gonna have so many receipts on these clowns when not one epping game comes to their platform. This guy thinks that Sony is going to spend almost $500,000 a year on this hire to not port a game. I mean, please tell me how the delusions of grandeur just work with these people. Here's another one, Xbox, you should keep as a receipt so we can F with these clowns when they don't happen. Are they delusional? And here it is. Man, your crash out will be told for years to come. Bards will tell of this tale. At this point, the crash out happening is so funny, I don't even care what happens next. Just watching you all like this is the funniest ever. This is hilarious. These guys genuinely think that a profit-driven guy is going to spend almost $500,000 hiring someone to not do anything with those, to have him just sit there. Oh my god, man! Oh my god! And this one over here, this is glorious. Ouch! This did not age well. Now we know what he meant properly when he said our tempo's tentpole titles, we introduce our great franchises to new audiences. Let's just have a listen to what he's actually going to say. Let's just fix the audio there. Let's just have a listen, Mr. Host.
Indeed, we are bringing our titles to the PC platform, and we have a dual approach here. On the live service side, we are releasing our titles simultaneously, so day and date, on PlayStation 5 and PC.
Keep in mind that it was never supposed to be day and date. That's just something that changed over time.
But with our tentpole titles, our single-player or narrative-driven titles that are, as you saw in the presentation, the backbone of what PlayStation Studios has delivered in recent years and in our history, we take a more strategic approach and we introduce our great franchises to new audiences.
Dum, 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 dum. At least now you know what he meant by that, right? At least now you know what he meant by that. Remember at the time they were saying, oh, he's not talking about any other platform. He was talking about Xbox and Nintendo Switch. Although I'd love to see how the Switch 2 can handle some of these games. But that's what he was talking about. Dark is doing best. Sony games are going to Game Pass. Okay, look at it. He's accepted. He's just said, you know what? Screw it. I'm done. I accept it. It is what it is at this. Sony won't push games to other platforms as quickly as Microsoft does. We all said this. They are super slow. But what's funny is this part here. Matt Piscatella came out just the other day saying, and he was called out for it, saying that exclusives don't matter. I'm pretty sure that Matt Piscatella actually knew this was coming. He knew it was coming, and that's why he made that statement. But it's okay, folks. PlayStation fans, you're golden. Because you have the one and only game that matters to you all. You have Code Violet coming to you by the people behind Quantum Error. This game is going to be the one that drives PlayStation to new heights. Team Killer is here to save you with Code Violet, the team behind Quantum Error. They are going to save PlayStation one. Well, I'm not sure how you want to say this, but one digital deluxe edition at a time. They've realized that Quantum Error had a massive error and it was only males and nothing attractive in terms of the gameplay. It was reused assets. It was pretty much garbage. But now they are going down the route of just saying, do you know what? We're just going to strip our characters completely and utterly naked, make them super sexy. We don't need the story. We don't need the gameplay. All we need is a dominatrix. So I'm pretty sure PlayStation fans are going to be right at home. And with that, folks, that's the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.